Today's topic is conflict, and just what is it? Students will often state to me that they haven't gotten into a book yet when they first begun. Many times it's because for them the conflicts haven't shown up yet to get them interested in the story, interested in moving along, to find out how it is that these problems are going to be resolved. So again, just what is conflict? It is the struggle between opposing forces in a story. A character is involved somehow with something else that causes a problem. It's what helps to bring the reader into the story and be able to relate to the struggles. They could be large conflicts or small conflicts. Some could be easy to solve, while others remain difficult or may not be resolved at all. Why would we need conflict in a story? Well, it helps to figure out where we're going. Conflict helps us to determine what might be going to happen next. If we've had a similar situation, we may expect that a character will do as we did in solving whatever issue is at the forefront. Imagine for a moment if Goldilocks met the three bears but didn't run away. Would there be an ending there that we would have even enjoyed? If Cinderella's stepmother had treated her exactly as she treated her other daughters, would we really care to know anything more about her? If there hadn't been a battle with Voldemort that had scarred Harry Potter forever, would it matter what happens to Harry? And if Darth Vader had been allowed to rule the galaxy from the start, where's the story? Conflict gets us interested in finding out how things come to resolution, particularly if we can relate to the conflict that is being discussed or described. So, what are two types of conflict? There are two main types that can be broken down further within each other. So first we have external conflict, and this is the most common, a character versus another character. You can see these conflicts in the books and the stories that you read. They are dominant in many of those. This is probably the most common type of conflict found in literature, and it's likely the easiest for you to pick out in the stories that you read. In addition, external conflict could be a character having a problem with nature or the elements. Certain books that have only one or two human characters will use nature or the elements as the problem that needs to be overcome, rather than involve another character. It is still conflict because it's still a problem that needs solving. Sometimes society itself and the rules that it creates provide the conflict or the problems in the story. For example, in The Princess and the Pea, the belief was only a real princess would be able to feel the pea under so many mattresses. She would be so delicate and sensitive that she would be disturbed by this minor disruption in the mattresses. For the Emperor's New Clothes, the belief was that no one dared speak out against the Emperor and his beliefs. He was in charge, after all. So, while the rest of the crowd was silent and mortified that the Emperor was naked because the tailor had taken him to task, the boy spoke out and told the Emperor just that the tailor had fooled him and that the lovely clothes were not real at all. The final type of conflict that we'll be looking for is internal conflict, and that comes about within somebody. It's a problem being dealt with within his or her own self. It is more difficult to see this type of conflict. Rather, you will see the results of this type of conflict going on. Your thoughts and your feelings are what the struggle really is all about. You can see the effects and how one acts around others, but ultimately it's the thoughts and feelings about oneself that drive this type of conflict. So finally, your challenge. Well, read the stories in this class and others, as well as in your own books, with the idea that you need to identify the conflicts, become the characters, and see the problems from their perspectives. Think about how you might solve the problems as they arise.